Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate and I'm a first year high school biology teacher. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create your virtual Bitmoji classroom like the one I have here. So let's get started. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to go to your Google Drive and you want to create a blank slides presentation. Then, if you haven't already set up your Bitmoji, you want to go to the App Store on your phone and search for the Bitmoji app, where you will be asked to create an account where you will be able to create your Bitmoji. Once you have your Bitmoji all set up and done, you want to go back to your browser, like Google Chrome, go to the Extensions tab, and you want to make sure that you add the Bitmoji extension to your browser. You can do this by going to your extensions, managing your extensions, and searching for the Bitmoji extension, or you can just Google Bitmoji extension and it will bring you to the page where you can install it to your browser. I keep it pinned up here, that way I have access to it, and once you have it installed, you should be able to click on it where it will prompt you to sign into your Bitmoji account that you created on your phone. So once you do that, you should have access to your Bitmoji and all of the templates they give you. From here, you can right click on an image, hit copy, and hit paste, and it should be there, okay? So that is steps 1 and 2. Now that you have those basics down, you can do whatever you want to decorate your classroom. So here's an example of just what I did, like I showed you. I just kept everything the same and only had things on the blackboard change. It's up to you how you want to do this. It's your creative, liberties here, while also still being functional. So once you get to this step, you want to go to background. Click background right here. You want to go to choose image, and from here you can go to Google image search, where you can type in floor and wall background. You want to pick the one that you want or you think you would want to see in your virtual classroom, click it and hit insert. Once you do that, you want to hit done. Don't hit add to theme, and I'll tell you why in just a second. You want to just hit done. Now the reason why you shouldn't go to Google or Bing and type in floor and wall images and copy and paste it is that because it would add a layer to your slide. And I'll show you what that means in a second. So slide number 1 is going to be our formatted background using this. Slide number 2 will be if you decide to copy and paste an image. So I'm just going to go to wall and floor background, go to images, and this one's actually pretty nice. Go to copy image, and then we're going to go to paste. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. However, it adds a layer. So that means if I click on the screen right here, it's going to select this whole image, which is going to be super annoying when you already have so many other things you would have to click on your screen. So my advice to you is to do it as a background, not as a copy and paste image. Also, if you want to add different elements like you see over here, if I wanted to add my Bitmoji last, I had to add myself in, but I had to right click on it and go to order, and then order, and then figure out where I wanted to send her. So if you did that with the copy and pasted one and you hit send to back, it would actually send it behind this image, which you don't want to do. So you want to make sure you go to background and you insert it like this. So now that you have literally the bare bones of your classroom, this is when you can start adding more stuff. So depending on what kind of teacher you are, you can add literally anything you want. It's totally up to you. The basics are probably a blackboard. So this is where we can go to insert, image, and we're going to search the web. You're going to get a little pop-up right here. And the key to this is you want to type in what you want, like a blackboard, but you want to type in transparent. And then you want to hit search. Once you find whatever you want, you're going to click on it. That's the one I have, but let's do this one. Insert. And there it is. So now you can resize it to however you want it. Maybe make it a little bit wider. And there we go. That's done. That's one step done. Now you can go into Insert, Image, Search the web. Maybe let's do Desk, Transparent. Okay, let's see. Plenty of options here. Maybe we can go for like a more classic style. Oh, that's a pretty small desk, but we can, there we go, we can make it work. Okay, then we have our desk. You can put this wherever you want. It's totally up to you. So once you have the basics, and I won't get too in depth with this here, you can add whatever you want. You can even add pets. Let's just add myself in. This one of me, copy, and then paste. Okay, here I am. So this is what I was talking about. See how I'm like in front of my desk? If I don't want to be there, I want to right click, I want to go to order, I want to go send backward. Now keep in mind, when you hit send backwards, it's going to send back one layer. And when you add this many layers, you're not going to know which exactly is the layer that you want. So honestly, I usually just hit send back and figure out from there what I want. And you can see how this is already kind of finicky because the boxes to click on the images are way bigger than how big the item actually appears. So it's quite finicky when you guys are going to do this. Okay, that was pretty good. If you want to rotate your person, you can go to rotate, flip horizontally. Okay, perfect. Now let's get into the interactive part of this. Let's just create another slide. And in order to have continuity in your PowerPoint, like how I did here, I made sure that the bare bones of my PowerPoint was done, aka everything but the blackboard. So I designed this entire classroom and I added the text on the blackboard last. The reason why I did this was so when I duplicate my slide, it's exactly the same. The only thing that's changing is the text on the blackboard. Okay, so you can design your whole classroom first on your very first slide. Once you're done, then you want to right click on your first slide and hit duplicate. That way it's the exact same. However, if you want to make things a little bit different, that's up to you. If you want your second slide to be a blown up picture of the blackboard, that's entirely up to you. It's whatever you think will work best for you and your students. So then we can go to insert a text box, and I actually found this really great font called Cabin Sketch, and I think it's perfect for blackboards. Okay, so you can just enter in some text like that, and I really do think it is perfect for a blackboard. It really does remind me of that, you know, filled in chalk. So that's what I have here. Now what's cool, and what I did with mine, is I made mine completely interactive. So how I did that was you're able to insert links. There's two ways you can do this. You can highlight a text and you can hit Control K, where you should be able to get this little pop-up that says link. You have the option of pasting a link from an external source like Google Classroom, for example, or a slide in the presentation. So I can hit slide 2. It's going to change the color of your text as well as underline it like you do when you add most hyperlinks. You can just change it back. So for example, when students have this in full present mode, and I don't want to put it in full present mode because it will stop my screen capture, they should be able to just click on the text wherever they want to click, and it should bring them to that slide, just like that. So in mine, for example, I have a basic set of links right here. That way they can go to the September assignments, and from there they can click on a date that they were absent, or they were that they're supposed to be on, and they can go right here and it will bring them to that correct slide. Now what's really cool about this is, remember, you can make your students viewers. So even if you don't have every single day of the week set up, that's honestly good, because you don't want to get your students too ahead on the work, or you don't want to overwhelm them with too much work. So your students will not be able to make edits to this at all if you send them a link as a viewer. So I will tell my students to make sure that they open this. They do not make a copy of it. It's not necessary. They just add this version to their drive, and they always put it in present mode when they have it. That way they can fully interact with the virtual classroom. So you can do this however you want. I made sure I have the date right here, my little nameplate right here. I have a set of useful links. Also, my text on the PowerPoint is interactive too on the Blackboard. So if students want to click on my syllabus, they can go right here. It brings them to the Google Drive link. If they want to go to the lab safety contract, they can go right here. And also for the individual assignments. So I haven't added this in yet because I have yet to create some of these, but when you go to assigned homework, I'm going to make sure that they have links to the syllabus quiz. That's the Google form. I'm going to make sure that I link in the Edpuzzle video. That is going to be due for homework. I'm going to make sure that I have linked the About Me presentation directions. So rather than having them try to navigate so many different tabs, because sometimes Classroom isn't the most intuitive thing in the entire world, they can just go right here, click on the text, and they should be able to get the correct link for the directions or for the assignment. So that's pretty much the basics. I mean, you guys literally can do whatever you want with this. The only thing, give you a little word of caution, make sure that when you are adding the links that they are, one, correct, and if you're going to give students links, make sure that when you are copying the link to something, you are copying it where it is view only. You don't want to give students the ability to edit your syllabus. So make sure that the links you share are in view only, and also make sure that the links you share for, let's say if you guys do Edpuzzle or Gizmo or Flipgrid, make sure that you're completely signed out, because if you add in a link where you're signed in, it might give them an error message because they're not signed into your account. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics, and there are so many things you can do with this, so many things you can add. It's completely up to you. I've seen people add in filing cabinets where students can find previous work. I've seen, teachers add in TVs where they actually can play videos and GIFs. It is completely up to you and what you want, but this is the basics. Those are the basics of how to get started with your virtual Bitmoji classroom. I hope you guys have a fantastic year, and if you guys are encountering any problems or have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more teaching related content. And I will have a video coming out in a few days about how to create a digital notebook for your students. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Have a wonderful school year, whether you're in person, hybrid, or virtual. Stay safe, and bye-bye.